Hey y'all, Sherry G. I'm back. I hope you hit the like button on your way in. If you didn't, you can go ahead and do that now. Excuse this now. I'm going to go and get these done after work today. It's just like this is driving me crazy, so I'm gonna try not to do this. But anywho, I'm back, y'all. Had to take some time to just pull back because you know these YouTube streets can get vicious. And um, where I am in my life right now, yeah, I'm just all about being as chill as possible, being as peaceful as possible. Like, hey, I'm headed into retirement. I just really, really don't want the drama. Don't have time for it. Right? So, anyway, speaking of drama, the last video I did was on the whole Stormy warehouse debacle and everything that transpired around that. And I see now that, excuse me, Betty is back at defending Stormy, right? So, like I said, there's certain mothers that just have to be all up in the kids' business, and these are grown adult women. I feel like Stormy made her bed, and now she has to lie in it. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is the whole warehouse thing. So before I get into it, keep in mind that the views I express are alleged. They're of my opinion and for entertainment purposes. But anyway, um, I feel like Stormy made her bed and now she has to lie in it. And she does it with her mouth. She cannot control her emotions. So I feel like this time is going to be a costly lesson for Stormy. She's already having issues within her warehouse. She's explained that she's $4,000 to $5,000 orders behind. And we know people have been coming up in my comments saying that they still haven't gotten their orders yet. And it's just weird how some people will get them and then other people just haven't. And I think it's been like a year for some, or maybe even more, since they've gotten their product. But anyway, referring to Betty and her coming to Stormy's defense in light of everything that happened with the whole warehouse situation, she posted, I guess, her version of, or her version of the truth, or trying to explain what happened and just trying to get people to see why Stormy acted the way she did. Again, there's no recovering from that, in my opinion. So here's what Betty says. Exactly. Just taking remnants of the truth and manufacturing lies to support her twisted views. I think she's talking about the blogger who showed up at the Canvas Beauty Warehouse. I'm here. Stormy did own a salon on Trina, not a warehouse. I posted a picture of it myself last week to prove that she had been in Huntsville for over 7 years. Uh, who really cares? And why are you wasting your time trying to prove stuff? You know, Betty, that people, when we do these commentaries, we realize that some of what we're saying, and that's why we state alleged and of our opinion. We don't always have all of the information correct. Now, as much as possible, we like to do that. And I know that this particular blogger is good for posting receipts when she has them. A lot of times it's just, this is what we think and we're not sure. So anyway, so I posted a picture of it last week to prove that she had been in Huntsville for over 7 years. The second location is the warehouse she just moved out of. And so, as I recall, Stormy was saying that that location was too small and she needed something bigger. Makes sense if your situation is growing. So anyway, she goes on to say, and the one she is in now is where she is operating out of now. She never proclaimed to own these warehouses. She rents them, and the rent is not cheap. I don't think anyone ever said that she owned the warehouses. That I never thought she owned the warehouses, and I could be wrong, but I never heard anyone say that she owned the warehouses or questioned that. They may have stated that she doesn't own the warehouses just to put it out there and let people know that this is not a spot she owns, this is a spot she rents. I'm not sure why she's making this proclamation here. But anyway, she never claimed to own these warehouses. She rents them and the rent is not cheap. We can't help that her hero is operating out of her home. Now, this is where I have a problem. So it's one thing to try to come to the defense of your daughter. Like, I get it, but I still think that these mothers need to just back off and let their children handle their situations themselves. My assumption is, who else is she going to be talking about, really? But my assumption is she's talking about Melody. She doesn't mention her name. We can't help that her hero was operating out of her home. So first of all, let me just say, hero, they're not even friends, right? They're associates, according to Stormy. So I don't know what you meant by that dig, by saying her hero, because she's not her hero. I'm sure she's the reason why she got on the show. But she's not her hero in any way, shape, or form. And because they're just associates, they're co-workers. Okay, so, and why you have to bring her up, I don't know, because she has absolutely nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing to do with this, except she is the creator of the show. But she does not control the actions of the people who are out here doing commentary, who are out here vlogging. She has nothing to do with us. She has nothing to do with our actions. Nothing to do with the moves we make or the words we say. Nothing to do with it. So why you had to bring her in here is just weird to me. It's weird to me. Very weird. I find it to be awfully weird that Betty has Mel on the brain. I find that weird. Moving on. She goes on to say that Titanic did a video a week ago visiting where Stormy had her salon, and she also visited her old warehouse. The people who she questioned about Stormy made her aware of it. So I guess she went and she asked questions about Stormy, and those people contacted Stormy to let her know that Titanic was there. She was distorting the truth about everything she posted in that first video. So why would Stormy think anything different than this woman is coming to attack me? Because Stormy knows better, okay? For one, Stormy knows better. So let's just go back to what happened. And it's a good thing that Stormy had her video and that Black Titanic had her video. Her friend was posting or recording at the time. So it's a good thing because that helps us to put everything together. So Black Titanic and her friend were walking in the parking lot searching for the warehouse location. We know that. And they were filming. We know that. Did she come to attack Stormy? Absolutely not. There is no way in the world you're going to convince me that she came to attack Stormy. No way. I don't think you can convince the majority of the people of that, because we've seen her go on location more than once, visiting more than places looking for Stormy, or trying to put the dots together as far as Stormy's story is concerned. But she did the same thing with Melody. She did the same thing with the Scott Marceau, and never once did it seem like she was going to attack somebody. Never once did it appear that way. And of those two times, she was actually alone. So, and I'm sure Stormy knows that. I'm sure Betty knows that, because you guys are in these bushes. We know that. Like, we know that you're in the bushes, so we know that you know where she's been. You actually even said, Betty, that in her first video, she did this, this, and this. So you're on her channel. You already know. So that's number one. The second thing is, when Titanic was in the parking lot, she and her friend were walking and they were trying to find out where the location was. Stormy saw them first. So she could have easily locked her door and not said anything. She could have locked her door, and if she felt like she was going to be attacked, if she felt like she and her employees were any in any type of danger, she could have called the authorities, but she didn't. She didn't feel like she was going to be attacked at all. And as a matter of fact, it's in my opinion that she felt safe. She felt safe enough to go outside and verbally attack this woman. Courtney felt safe enough to go outside and verbally attack this woman. Courtney felt safe enough to stand in the woman's face and go off. Stormy felt safe enough to go outside and threaten to pow the woman. So and I don't mean the woman in a negative way, because I have respect for all of the YouTubers. So I mean Black Titanic, okay? Stormy did not feel threatened at all. There's no way you could ever convince me of that. What happened is Stormy's now looking at everything and how it negatively affected her business. And I feel like that's why she went from screaming like a banshee to crying like a 12-year-old child, because in that instance, she realized how not having control of her emotions could probably affect her and how it looked, because she realized not only was she on live recording, but so was Black Titanic's friend. And they had gotten the whole thing. And so how do you come up from that? So I believe that's why she did such a swing when it comes to her emotions. And now Betty's out here trying to, smooth things over. And as a matter of fact, I saw a live with Miss Wanda, and she's trying to smooth it over too. But I'm sorry. She's trying to explain the tears. Those are angry tears. Those are, I'm coming to get you tears now. I'm sorry. And it could be, but it doesn't matter what the tears were for. We don't even care about the tears. Although I did find it kind of funny that she was going off like that and now crying like a little kid. What made it funny is not the tears itself, but the things she was saying when she was crying, like, everybody's talking about me. Well, Stormy, everybody talks about all of the castmates. Just type in their names and you'll see. And you knew that, you know that, because that's why you had to change your YouTube name, because of the way it was before you changed it. I forgot what the name was. I think it might have just been Stormy Still, something like that. And so when you type that in, based on the algorithms, you could see everyone else who'd been doing commentary on Stormy before you actually got to Stormy's YouTube channel. So I believe that's why she changed it to Stormy on Air, is that just made it easier to search for the YouTube channel. So Stormy knows that this has been going on for a while, and that it's not just Black Titanic who's going after her or who's commenting on her actions or anything like that, who's curious about what's really going on at the warehouse or what's going on in Stormy's life. There's several of us who have done commentary and posted videos regarding Stormy. So, like I said, she knows that because she had to change her YouTube channel. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. It's just been crazy out in these YouTube streets. I've been kind of sitting back and just woosahing. But anyway, if you haven't done so, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, because I'll be back. Until then, ciao.